What's going on, y'all? Getting into this video game for Dolo. New Year's Eve, man. And I'm all by my lonesome. A lot of y'all out here having y'all drinks, your beverages, and your family and loved ones. I think a couple of people about to come through here or whatever, but nothing major, man. I'm not a drinker anymore, so I just don't have no interest in being out there tonight in these wild and crazy streets. But yeah, I got a serious question. I mean, I know the answer to it because it's been brought to my attention that some comics or people think that Mo Green be stealing. Think I'm a thief because in one of my jokes, I do an impersonation of Biggie Smalls, right? And it's like a 10-second Biggie impersonation. It's not even that serious or nothing like that. Don't mind me, I'm playing this game. It's basically a segue into like I got a whole bunch of jokes about myself being fat. Yeah, thank you, Jerry, for saying that. You know, I know the answer to this question, but I was inspired to do a video on New Year's Eve, so you know what I'm saying? I already know the answer to the question, but I just wanted to have other comics chime in and shut down the bullshit, because it almost seemed like people be fishing to find an issue with like my material and the things that I do. Or maybe they aren't and I'm just misinterpreting it, but I do an impersonation of Biggie Smalls, right? Because in my joke, I'm basically saying I weigh 250 pounds. I weigh over 250. So I'm like, even though, you know, I got high blood pressure, blah, 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 the fact that I'm fat gives me the ability to do impersonations of famous fat people. Then I do Biggie Smalls. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and heavy D. Up in the limousine. You know what I'm saying? I do that or whatever. And then I was like, you can't do that impersonation unless you weigh 250 or better. And then later on I do Big Pun. And then I do Lavelle Crawford, what have you. That's neither here nor there. But as you can see, me doing a Biggie in that particular joke, it's not even like, it's not the punchline to the, it's a tag to the joke. It's not necessarily the punchline or whatever. Right? Now, a comic that's well known in the game, Talent the comedian, he does Biggie as well. But when Talent does Biggie, he does it as an opener to his set. It's not even a joke when he's doing it. He's literally he's doing I think he's doing Hypnotize. He's singing Hypnotize. Who was schools? Your Papa Puff, folks like Starsky Earnhardt. Like he's doing that. I don't even do that in my Biggie impersonation. I'm doing Juicy. He's doing Hypnotize, A, and then B, he's literally doing that song, bringing himself on stage. Whereas I'm doing the Biggie impersonation, saying that because I'm fat, this gives me the ability to do that impersonation. Yeah, it's not even really about, I could do whatever. I could do Marlon Brando. Sometimes I do Monique, but she's not fat no more. Whatever, but I know how to do her voice too. You know what I mean? But it's just funny how, like, you know, some of these, like, it's like veterans, they'll try to give me advice. And I listen to advice if it makes sense. But if you wrong, you're wrong. I don't care how long you've been doing comedy. Wrong is wrong. And if you try to give me some advice or telling me that I'm stealing, you know what I mean? But you don't have no real logical basis. We just both happen to do Biggie Smalls. We do totally different songs. We do the voices in different points of our sets. You dig what I'm saying? Like the punchline of my impersonation of Biggie is an actual punchline. When Talent do it, other cats I've seen Dean Edwards do it. They do it like bringing themselves on stage. I don't bring myself on stage doing Biggie at all, and I don't have to do it. I could do a million impersonations, but I'm not going to stop doing it. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to talk to you guys for New Year's Eve or whatever.
I told you I'm not staying.
And I wanted some of y'all to chime in and see what y'all think. Like, that's not stealing. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So that's like, Donald Trump is a very, very popular impersonation that a lot of comics do. Listen, I just want to say, I want you to have a wonderful new year. I'm going to win for the next year. Donald Trump 2020. I can guarantee this. I'm going to make sure that all black people have $20,000 deposited in their bank accounts so they can spend that shit at the Trump hotels and give the money back to me. You're some dumb Negroes. No, I'm just joking around. So if one famous comic, like let's say if Dave Chappelle don't do impersonations. So if Dave Chappelle does Donald Trump, that means that Dave Chappelle is the only person that's allowed to do Donald Trump? Everybody in their Miami does bring back Cat Williams and Chris Rock. You can't. Yo, that's what I'm saying. But yo, they like some of these comics, like they be, I don't know what it is about Connecticut, Spunky, man. I don't know what it is about some of these people, but like some of the shit they say is total bullshit. And I call it out, and they be like, "Oh, that's why we can't talk to you. Oh, we can't talk to you because you think you know everything, and you always making excuses." Like what the what? I don't know, man. And see, the thing is, this is why I rub folks the wrong way. It's because I enjoy having these conversations. I enjoy like a healthy debate. I want to put some light on here. It's too dark. I enjoy having a healthy debate. I enjoy having a discussion. But some people, they take it as an argument, man. And it's like, I'm not arguing. Like, if somebody accuses you of something, right, and you think they're wrong, you have every right to defend yourself in that situation. But the way a lot of these Connecticut cats think, or these Northeast New Englanders think, somebody accuses you of something, and then when you try to like explain or you know, tell your position on whatever it is that they accuse, oh, you just making excuses. You just making excuses. You can't ever follow no advice, no criticism. I'm like, what? I just wanted a few comments to chime in and be like, listen, nobody has a sole right on a voice. Like you said, how many comics do Bernie Mac? How many comics do Chris Rock? How many comics have done Richard Pryor? You know, I mean, the list goes on and on. How many comics have done impersonations of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone? Like, there's no sole monopoly on impersonations. Now, I will say this. I've seen a lot of comics. I've seen a lot of comedy. You know, I watch thousands of hours of comedy, and I've listened to thousands of hours of comedy. I've never heard a comedian do big pun. Never heard it. Even though if you watch my Laughaholics, one of the people that commented on my video or whatever, they was on my performance, it was like, damn, that's the first time I ever heard anybody impersonate Big Pun. So I'm not saying anybody else. I'm not saying I'm the first person that did it, but I've been doing I've been in on a lot of different stages in a lot of different states all over the U.S. You know what I'm saying? And I've never heard anybody do Big Pun. So if you hear motherfuckers doing Big Pun, it came from me first. And even but check this though. Even if they do Big Pun, I'm not gonna say they stole it from me. If they got like a different joke, or it's not even about the impersonation. The impersonation is pretty much the setup. The punchline is why you're doing the impersonation. You dig what I'm saying? But I ain't never heard nobody do no motherfucking Big Pun. Nobody. I never heard anybody do an impersonation of Lavelle Crawford. If you hear other people doing impersonations of Lavelle Crawford, that came from Mo Green. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, if somebody likes my Lavelle Crawford and then they made up a joke and just happened to be using Lavelle Crawford's voice, I know it came from me, but I'm not going to say that person's a thief unless they say exactly what I said in my Lavelle Crawford when I talked about him having a hard time at the airport when he was fat. Like, my God, I'm so glad I'm trying to get through this airport. And it's real difficult to get to this airport. You got to put your right foot in. And that... do the voice thing, like if they start doing the material along with the impersonation, then that's stealing. But I don't know what these people be talking about. But you heard it right there. Two comics with good reputations that's doing their thing, man. They spoke their 2 cents. And
Joe.
That's it. I want some people to chime in, like if you watching the video or whatever, you know what I mean, like to give your thoughts and your input. Because the last thing I want to be regarded as a thief. And this is another thing. Like, I hear rumblings that
Two dogs back.
I hear rumblings that like some veterans or whatever or other comics they say I'm a joke thief.
He took off when
but this is the thing, like, why don't they confront me on it? Why don't they tell me what it is that I'm stealing? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not no thug. I'm not tough. I'm not fighting nobody up here. If I got a joke that's like similar to a celebrity, like too close, wouldn't it make more sense to confront me like, yo, bro, that joke is like the same joke that this such and such celebrity did or whatever. You might want to scrap that. There's been jokes that I did that were very close to celebrities, and once I got wind of it, once I found out it was too close, I don't do them no more. You know what I'm saying? I got no. Listen, I got a creative ass brain. I can always rewrite shit. And I got a million ways of talking about stuff. So that's not a problem. But this whole like whispering behind people's back, you know what I mean? Like I don't see how that really benefits anybody. Just basically spreading rumors essentially. The only thing it does in the long run, it just hurts your brand. It hurts your booking. It hurts money in your pocket, man. If you're like really a veteran and you see a younger comic is fucking up the game and doing the wrong things, you don't just whisper behind his back. You confront that person like an adult and you just talk to him from a place of love. Listen, I'm not shit as far as when it comes to this comedy game. I ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going into in 3 weeks. This will be 6 years that I've been doing stand-up comedy. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot more experience than the cats that just got started. So I'm always giving advice, whether it's solicited or not, or unsolicited. I'm always, because if I see potential in a comic, you know what I mean? I don't want to be the way a lot of these older comics was towards me when I started. Like, as far as assholes and just talking behind my back and really not trying to help me out. You know what I'm saying? Wanting to see me fail. Like, that's not my mentality, yo. That's not how I think. So I'm always trying to get positive, like, constructive criticism. Like, there was this one comic at this particular place that I go to, man, and he got funny potential. I think I give respect to anybody that gets on that stage consistently, whatever. He has potential, right? And I've seen this kid do okay, but for some reason, like, something clicks in his brain, and he thinks that just saying creepy, foul shit, like, you know, rape jokes and pedophilia and things of that nature, for some reason, he thinks that's funny, and he thinks like creeping out the crowd is funny. And, you know, a lot of people clown him, they shit on him, they talk shit behind his back. But I just approach him straight up. I'm like, yo, like, clowning him and talking shit about him behind his back, and, like, do you want to see this man quit, or you want to see this man get better? I mean, okay, if you want to see him quit, then keep talking shit behind his back. But the dude is coming, so obviously he wants to get better. But everybody's acting like they're afraid to talk to him about his act. I straight up, there's a whole bunch of zombies right here. I straight up, you know, spoke to the dude about his act, man to man, and I just told him. I told him what he was doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? I told him, I'm like, yo, like, listen, you go on that stage, your goal is to make people laugh. It's not to creep people out. Your goal is to funny. It's not to creep people out. All that creepy shit that you saying, I mean, maybe one day you'll be good enough to oh shit, these wolves is chasing me. Maybe one day you'll be good enough to pass off the jokes and get the laughs out of it. But right now, bro, you're not there, man. You know what I'm saying? So you need to put that shit on the shelf. Because people is clowning you, man. People not laughing. People not laughing with you. They laughing at you, man. They laughing at the bullshit you saying. You know what I mean? But I could have easily. Oh shit! What the fuck going on? But I could have easily just been like everybody else and just laughing behind his back and just clowning him, whatever. But nah. I wanted to actually have him, like, try to help that young man. You know what I'm saying? Like, anybody, like I said, anybody that got the courage to get on that stage and make an attempt at this comedy shit, I respect that shit. And if somebody makes me uncomfortable or what have you, like, spreading the rumors ain't gonna help nothing, man. It's not gonna help. Damn, what the fuck? Hold on. Don't mind me. I'm playing this video game. What the hell was that? I just killed a bleacher. That dude was tough. He was hard to take down. Yeah, but just like spreading rumors. Oh, this dude suck. He ain't gonna never get better at comedy. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah blah. I would never book him. All this crazy shit. Like that's not helping an individual. Like a lot of people is counterproductive, man. And these is grown adults. Like the one thing, like your parents or your guardian, whoever they teach you is that if something bothers you or a person bothers you or whatever, like to try to have a conversation, try to talk to that individual. Don't just spread shit and talk behind their back, man. That shit is corny, man. And I feel like a lot of these comics, like, they got so much to say about, like, what it is that I do or whatever, but it's like, let me kill this motherfucker real quick. But they don't ever talk to me about the shit, yo. They don't ever confront me about it. It's always, oh, Mo stealing, Mo doing this, Mo doing that. And like who's that benefiting? Like, how does that help me? How does talking behind a person's back help them improve their abilities? And short answer, it doesn't. It's corny, man, but it is what it is. I'm not a joke thief. Talent is not the only person that has done the Biggie Smalls impersonation. There's been plenty of comedians that have done that shit. I haven't started doing the Biggie impersonation. Because I heard talent do it. Because I never heard him do it before. You dig what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It is what it is, though. It is what it is. People are always going to think. People are always going to think what they think. People are always going to have their opinions. That's just the world that we live in. Like, so, like, it's like 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. But, I just wanted to rant a little bit for New Year. A couple of comics already chimed in. That's pretty. And Spunky been doing this shit for a minute too. You know what I mean? And I respect Jerry Law, and he been doing it for a while as well. So that's all I wanted to hear. Hopefully the comics that had any issues with like my material or me doing Biggie thinking I was stealing or whatever, well, some comics disagree with you. So that's pretty much it. You guys have a happy New Year. Usher it in real good. I will holla at you all. Hopefully you live to all your resolutions and all your dreams come true. #everybody Mo Green. Peace.